Election day has come and gone, and voters in Harris County were feeling blue. All county-wide races went Democrat on Tuesday by a wide margin, a complete sweep similar to the clean sweep we saw in 2008. Democrat Kim Ogg unseated Republican incumbent Devin Anderson for Harris County DA. And in this race, Ed Gonzalez beat Republican incumbent Ron Hickman for Harris County Sheriff. There was a near sweep by Democrats in the district judges' races as well. Many say the blue-leaning Latino turnout is a major reason for the near clean sweep here in Harris County. So what's next for the county as it shifts to the majority of Democrats, and how will the county GOP respond? That's our topic this half hour. We like to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page and Twitter. You can use the hashtag Fox26 Roundup or just tag me at Sally Mack Fox 26. Joining us live in the newsroom is our panel led by our Fox 26 senior legal analyst Chris Tritico, Democratic media consultant Mustafa Tamiz, and Republican strategist and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. So this went the complete opposite of the country.
And opposite of most of the state of Texas. If you look at the map of Texas, most of the state went red except for a few counties. And so we had been talking about this here among ourselves, that Harris County was going to go with Hillary Clinton, but we didn't predict. I mean, this was better than 6 points. Harris County for the last several elections has been going 1 to 1.5 points either way for the GOP or for the Democrats. 6 points or better for the Democrats was a huge victory. Swept everybody out.
We suspected something would happen because we saw in 2008 when President Barack Obama was at the top of the ticket, something very similar happened here in Harris County. The thing is, I've always said that judicial races should not be partisan, because as a result, they're on the down ballot, and now we're going to have a lot of very good judges who are out of office. But it is what it is, and they're affected, and their races are affected by what's going on at the top. But you had a lot of people coming out in Harris County who were voting for Hillary Clinton at the top, and as a result, all the offices were gone in Harris County.
The most divisive local race I've seen in my lifetime was the DA's race. Did that have any impact on those down ballot races?
Well, everything had an impact, but in Texas, 500,000 people more voted for Hillary Clinton than Barack Obama, and we saw the national turnout to be lower, but in Texas, the turnout was actually higher. So there is something going on, and what is happening is that in those eastern states where Hillary Clinton lost, a lot of the population is older, and many of the people have moved out of those states. And where are they moving to? They're moving south, and they're moving west. So Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, Nevada had the highest turnout numbers than any states, and those states were trending towards Democrats because of the younger population, more diverse population.
And you've got, in Harris County, you've got a large Hispanic population that was highly offended by Donald Trump's comments about Hispanics.
And Houston, for the most part, has always been blue. And Harris County, particularly when we have a presidential race, you'll see this. Now, as far as the off years, that's when Republicans usually regain some of their seats. And I believe that some of the judicial spots that we've lost, we're going to see those return.
Jared Woodfill, a former, who comes on our show a lot, former chairman of the Republican Party, was highly critical of Paul Simpson last week and his leadership of the Harris County Republican Party, and said that he dropped the ball in leading the party into this election.
I disagree with those statements. I think that most of the effects that you're seeing in Harris County was because of who was at the top of the ticket and people coming in. You saw in my county, in Fort Bend County, we voted for Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump. He said it was going to happen.
We're going to talk about that. Don't do it. We're going to talk about that coming back. So I'm going to stop you right there. We're going to go to Sally, and she's monitoring our social media. She's trying to steal my thunder there.
I love it. All right, let's head over to Twitter right now and take a look at some comments here. This first one says, there's no shading it. Harris County went undeniably blue. And here's that map you were talking about here that the Texas Tribune put out, showing how the big cities in Texas, look at that, Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, they were blue, but the majority of the state remains red. And then Jim says, Harris County turned blue. All that did was give redistricting map makers advance warning and numbers to study for carving later. What do you think about that? Are we going to see any push for redistricting?
Well, I mean, we saw that when Tom DeLay was a majority leader and came in and redistricted Texas to be a majority Republican state in Congress, and I don't see that happening unless the Democrats completely take over the leadership in Texas. So no, that's not going to happen anytime soon. But here's the issue we need to talk about. One of the members of this panel called Mustafa delusional delusional before the election. Now, I'm not going to say who she is, but I think that she owes Mustafa an apology.
I did apologize. I did.
No, I know.
I did.
I know. But look, Hillary Clinton did take Fort Bend County, but the rest of the county did vote Republican.
Yeah, when he said that Hillary Clinton would win in Fort Bend County, I thought he was delusional. Clearly, you're not, Mustafa, because she won by 2 points.
Right.
But the one thing about our voters, they came, and it was definitely a reject of the person who was at the top of the ticket, because then they came back and voted for all of our Republican elected, and we gained another Republican county commissioner.
We got less than a minute. What happened in Fort Bend County?
Well, look, Fort Bend County, like other places, I mean, over 500,000 people more in Texas voted for Hillary Clinton than Barack Obama. So you did see a surge across the state. And we are more of an urban state today than we were a decade ago. And a decade from now, we'll be even more of an urban state. So what you saw across the country, rural versus urban vote, in the southern cities and west, what you're seeing is that the cities are getting bigger and bigger, and they're less and less votes. So when you look at that map and you saw this wide red area and small parts of blue, but that blue is where the most populated part of the state.
And we're almost out of time, but you look at that map and it looks daunting for the Democrats, but a few counties keep changing Democrat, and this state really becomes a Democratic state, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so if you look at the even gubernatorial election, the difference between Democrat and Republican is about 700,000 votes. So if 350,000 people vote differently in a state where there's 14 million registered voters, the state flips.
Yeah, but you saw in this particular race, Donald Trump got counties that only Barack Obama and Democrats have gotten. He got some counties and some precincts that only Democrats have had in the past. So this race was really all over the map, pun intended, because people were switching and going back and forth.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. We're going to go to Facebook Live right now, so get your questions ready, and we'll continue the discussion. And we'll be back in about 20 minutes to talk about Donald Trump's transition.
Absolutely. All right, check the guys out on Facebook.